What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima,
And this is not
not
another damn
another
podcast.
damn podcast.
Presented by
Our damn
Damn Self.
selves.
Episode two three two
3.7.
I'm sorry. 327. I'm way off. Yeah.
Yeah, 327.
Yeah, 327. I was about to say 227 like Sandra and them. Yeah, I mean three.
Hey, Abby.
Yeah. Mary and Sandra and Pearl and the other and young Brenda, the others.
What was Karen Bond's name on there? I forgot.
I don't know, probably Countess. You know, she probably had a real just
I
a
forgot what her
guess.
name was. Yeah.
And we don't, and Stoney Jackson, we don't count the Stoney Jackson years. That never happened.
Wacky D.
I'm not counting the Wacky
D.
D years. Sorry. I'm not counting the Wacky D years.
Wacky D. Yikes.
Stoney Jackson.
So
You know, Stoney, if you know who Stoney Jackson is, you're probably in your 40s. No.
You know, like when he's always say, if you know who somebody is, then what part of your body hurts today? You know, certain thing.
Jackson is one of those celebrities.
What body hurts on your body
of
right
a certain
now.
age to know who he is. You may have seen his face, but if you know his name, you're of a certain age. It's like oh, that's Stoney Jackson. It's like,
right.
Hilarious. So what's good, kid? Final weekend of summer. We have made it here. Yeah. Labor Day weekend. Yeah. Unofficial final weekend of summer. Definitely an interesting week because as we all know right now, I'm sure you've heard, hurricane season is here. Hurricane Idalia smacked up against the Florida coast. I think it hit parts of Georgia as well, the Carolinas. It was all over that area. As we all know, Babe just recently relocated to Florida. She took a job down there, at a historically black college, But as soon as she got that, because the governor made Governor DeSantis, he made the state of emergency on Monday. She got the fuck out of there Tuesday morning. I think I'm gonna head back home because
Chicagoans, we don't
know about we
don't know about that.
Like, if you're from there, you probably be like, oh, this is we'll be all right. But she's like, nah, I'm going home.
I don't even know what they mean when they by category, whatever. I don't know what none of that stuff means.
It was a 3, it turned into a 4. I think now it's gone back down to tropical storm status. So it's the worst parts are over. It was back down to tropical storm status.
Yeah.
So if you notice, with hurricanes, especially if they travel in a certain way, by the time they get here, we get a strong rain. They don't really die. Just they just lose power. Yeah. So so maybe 3 days after a big hurricane, we get a big rain like in Chicago. Say, oh, that's the remnants of that hurricane. It's
when you look at the little how it looks like the little, like that on the map when how it goes.
By the time it gets this far, it's been reduced to okay, we just got some rain.
If you're inland now, so it's just going to be a storm.
But it hit hard. She made it back. It's she's headed back. Matter of fact, headed back now. She's going back because the storm is past. She's like, okay, so now I can go back. It's I said I'd have probably done the same thing too. I'd have got the hell out of there because
we know nothing about that.
We don't know what's expected. Is because especially the way it sounds crazy is they talking about power outages and all of that. It's I don't. I ain't ready for all of that shit.
We don't hang with that.
Yeah. Not
we
ready.
just know snowstorms in Chicago. We know snowstorms.
Yeah, we know that. Now, and that's what I compare it to. When they tell us that we get we're gonna get a 12 to 14 inches. It sounds, if you're not from it, that sounds crazy. So you probably
if you're getting 12 to 14
evacuate to with us and be like, okay, I just gotta prepare.
All you gotta do is just go to Jewel or Aldi, make sure you have food, stock up your pantry. Hopefully you don't lose power. Hopefully nothing hits the power line, but make sure you have plenty of dry goods and things like that.
If you park on the street, you're gonna have to shovel your car out.
Dig out your car, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to dig your car out. Yeah.
And have plenty of salt beforehand. Don't try going Home Depot the day of the store the day before.
In advance, get the 2 S's, salt, shovel. Have those in advance. Yeah. You're not gonna find them the day the storm is because everywhere you go, they're gonna tell you we have no salt, we have no shovels. They're gonna be sold out everywhere. Yeah. And people start panicking, like, but yeah, this is like what the dummies panic, the smart people. Like, yeah, as soon as I heard about this damn stuff, I got my salt and shovel. Yeah.
Got my
As soon as
salt
I
and
heard
my
about
shovel
this
and I
shit, it's like,
stocked up.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you do that.
The
So
funniest thing happened one year. We that last blizzard we had like a couple of years ago. So I didn't have street parking, but it was an open parking lot. Those so it was like yeah. So it was the park. We had a parking at where I was living at the time. It was open, and so I'm shoveling myself out, like like how you do it.
right.
This is one idiot is like yeah, kid, I borrow your shovel. I give you $10 to borrow. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna shovel my car with, asshole? It's like, if I give you my shovel, like, you should have prepared. It's like, yeah, since I have
use my hammer, scoop it up.
You really ask could he rent my shovel from me? It's like, yeah. And what do you think? Like after I you thought I was gonna leave it with you, was like, yeah, and yeah, you gonna give it back? Get the fuck out of here. That bullshit, yeah. You're like, nah, you just fucked up. You didn't fucked up. You just stuck. Yeah. You ain't getting my shovel and shit. Yeah, I prepared. Sorry, homie. Like, I help you while I'm here, but yeah, when I'm gone, I'm gone. It's like, exactly. I help you. Yeah, like, yeah. So, but if you can't get out while I'm here, like, oh well. It's like, yeah.
And then fair warning, if you ever come to Chicago, don't park in a spot that was freshly dug out because your car will be vandalized when you come back.
I say, yeah, like the dibs are binding.
Respect the dibs.
Binding. Those are legally binding in Chicago.
Respect the if you see an old dining set outside, a table, chairs,
anything sitting,
old furniture, whatever. I've seen old children's toy, like a walker, like a child's walker, things like that. I've seen like the adult walkers, like an old walker.
Yeah.
Some people put couches out. Whatever the case is, you see something in a spot, don't move it. Don't move it, because your car, you will come back and your car will be, windows might be busted out, tires might be slashed, like your car may be vandalized. So it's not worth
this nutty nigger we knew that sprayed the car like
with the car.
And then it's covered in ice, like yes. He brought a water hose and sprayed.
Look like whatchamacallit, Sub-Zero Fish.
Brought a water hose and sprayed that bitch. And he was insane. It's the same guy that came to the door with Jehovah's Witnesses with a fucking gun. So yeah, he was clearly a menace to society. It's like, yeah.
We be unhinged, but
it was the 80s and the early 90s.
Growing up in the 80s,
people did shit a little differently then. It's like, yeah.
What you did when you grew up in the 80s in Chicago was a little
like pulling a gun on somebody for ringing your doorbell, whatnot. we played it for laughs. You'd be like, yeah. We laughed at the shit, but like, it's insane when you look back. It
is. He was clearly unhinged.
You do that now, you're going to get locked up. It's like,
you're going to get locked up. Yeah.
Authorities are coming to knock on your door. You better. And I dare you to pull your gun on them when the authorities come and bring your bell.
And rightfully so. Your ass needs to be locked up for doing that. You need to be locked up.
Yeah.
Like you have some anger issues. Like you need some counseling at this point.
And we had a few incidents recently like that. It's like with the young boy that got shot, like because he was at the wrong address. It's like because he was supposed to be at the street instead of the play, and like the old man shot him. It's like, yeah. I said it's supposed to be like now 93rd Street. He's at 93rd Place. Like it was the same, but it was like off like that, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that like he went to the wrong house and shit and got shot. Like,
yeah, but that was just ridiculous.
But back in the 80s, we played that shit for laughs. So. Yeah, look at Mr. So-and-so.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious. Where we starting, kid? I don't know where I want to start.
Here's something that I briefly wanted to touch on. We ran out of time last week, but I actually
some old shit from last week too.
Yeah, I actually watched this, and it is Chicago related. Have you gotten a chance to watch that documentary, The Bradley Sisters Disappeared? Did you get a chance to watch it yet? It's on Max at the moment, and it basically chronicles what happened with Diamond and Tianda Bradley. That was a huge story because the girls wound up missing around 4th of July in 2001. So this is 22 years later, and these girls, no one knows what happened to these girls. At the time of them going missing, Diamond was 3 years old and Tianda was only 10 years old. So they were very young, minor children, and no one knows what happened to these girls. And it's like they're trying to the original detective came on the case and she's trying to open it up and, you know, do the cold case. You know, somebody they open up cold cases and she's trying to really solve what happened with these girls. And now watching it back, because a lot of stuff at the time wasn't presented, you know, during the original investigation, but looking at all the stuff, it's like, how was this missed? How was that? You know, like your mind starts working different ways. And I don't know if it's because, like, you know, we're older now, because when you're older, you have more experience and then your mind is going to work different than what it did 20 plus years ago. But just looking at this case, I'm like, why wasn't this looked at? Why wasn't that looked at? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? So it's just so just hard to just watch that. Like watching it back now, like being over 40, being a mother, working in, you know, DCFS. It's like, I view this whole case just totally differently than I did 20 plus years ago when I was a college student. So, I mean, it's just, you're going to get mad watching it. Like, if you watch it, you're going to get, like, I was watching it because Marcus watched it the night before I watched it because I had fallen asleep. And then he was like, he almost woke me up to, like, basically, like, look at this. You know, he almost, like, woke me up to, like, so I could see it. But then, you know, he like, I just let her sleep. And then when I woke up and I watched it the next day, and I'm just like my mouth is just like dropping watching it. But I mean, like I said, you're gonna get upset while watching it. I'm warning you guys now, you're gonna get upset and you're gonna be like, how? Why didn't they do this? What happened? Like who, like, because it's just so much just right there in plain sight. Like, I don't want to, like I said, since you did, you know, I don't want to, you know, ruin it, you know, and give like the spoiler away, but it's going to make you go if you're watching it. But I'm hoping that they can get a resolution because they need some answers at this point. It's 22 years later. Like, as the other family, it's like because they had two older sisters, and the sisters were like, you know, like they're trying to hold on to the hope that, yes, we want to hold on that our family is still alive, but
yeah, right.
It's but you know what I mean. But you know, but deep, it's like, but as that happens, like you always have to hold in your.
You have a body,
right? You always want to try.
There's still a possibility that they're still alive, but
like the chance may be. It's like going. It's like this. It's like going like, you know. It's like that, but it's like you still want to hold that hope because the one sister, she was like, you know, like I don't want to put that in my, but you know. But somebody knows what happened to those girls. Somebody knows, and I'm hoping that that answers are given and that the family can finally get closure. And I'm hoping that justice can be served and the people who are responsible for what happened to them will be held fully accountable and be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. That's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
Yeah. I just had to get that because it's like, that was just, oh my gosh. That story.
The oldest thing I wanted to talk about was a story we ran out of time on as well too. Halle Berry, $8,000 a month child support.
Wow. I know Halle Berry sick of these dudes. She's like, I'm sick of y'all dudes. She had to give Gabriel Aubrey, like he was living like a fat rat for a while. Gabriel Aubrey, and they wasn't even married. It's like
Halle Berry hasn't made the best choice in men. She's made pretty piss poor choices in men, actually. Wow. Who's the best guy? David Justice? I don't really he was a ball player. It might have been him.
Maybe David Justice. Which I call was a sex act. Eric Benet was a sex act.
Benet, he was the best.
He was a sex act. So it's like
made some bad choices. It might be him, the baseball player.
But Gabriel Aubrey, But no, but her latest thing, her ex-husband, was his name Oliver Martinez?
Oliver Martinez or
yeah.
Olivet. What is it? Oliver? Oliver, I don't know, whatever. But
Yeah.
Martinez, this guy, yeah.
He's about to like $8,000 a month. Mm.
Yeah.
How old is a child? How long has she got to pay? Because I would just say I know that Nala, her oldest is like 16 or 17, something like that. Yeah. Gabriel.
So like the one with Martinez,
He might be about 9 or 10.
Little older than Ari.
Yeah, I want to say maybe about 9 or 10, maybe.
Yeah.
So just like Hallie, you might have to pull a 50 Cent, maybe counting down to 18. You might have to. I'm not saying that makes it right, but it's like, because these men, like, what is going on with these? I'm not being funny, but what is going on with these men? Like, being like, you want to live off of support? Like, I'm not trying to gender bash, but
yeah, me personally,
when the guys like make it be okay,
it's not my thing. But however, that shit is hilarious to me. It's like me, I wouldn't do that because I've always been the type to like get my own and shit. Yeah, but however, that shit is hilarious. So it's like, yeah,
like who does that? Like,
I don't know. Shit is funny to me. I don't feel sorry for Halle Berry. It's just funny.
I would just be so angry because it's like, I would feel like I would pull by Janet Jackson in that Tyler Perry movie. This is my way. She went off.
When Malik Gilbert.
I'll pull a Janet Jackson in that Tyler Perry movie. That's how I'd be, man, because what the hell? It's like, and these guys, these people just be getting over like fat rats, but since you open up the door about the support, we can segue to another support opposite side. Kevin Costner, his estranged wife.
Tell me about Kevin Costner. Yeah, I didn't hear this.
Well, originally, remember, this lady was asking, they have a prenup. It is a prenup because I didn't realize that Kevin Costner was worth so much money. And then Mark was like, yeah, he directed a lot. I said, that's why.
I was about to say
but that. I didn't realize, like, I just think about him just acting. I always just think about him acting.
Director, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I blocked it out that he directed. I don't know why I blocked that out in my head. But he was like, yeah, all that stuff, Dancing to Wolves and all that. Like, I'm like, okay. So that's why he got so much money. But his estranged wife at one point was asking for like $144,000 a month. They have 3 children, I believe, 3 minor children. And for Hollywood standards, being married over 10 years is an eternity. So I think they did almost 20 years of marriage. I think they got married in 2004, I want to say. So being married almost 20 years in Hollywood is almost unheard of. It is. So it's like, okay, you did your 20 years, whatever. You got 3 kids, but you had a prenup. You signed a prenup. Why are you trying to get $144,000? But then they challenged it, and now it's like it got significantly reduced. But now she's only going to get $63,000 a month.
Okay, well,
which is still a lot of freaking like 60. And she was in there
more than Oliver Martinez, but that's
like 63,000. But she's still trying to complain about, like, you think about it, $63,000. That's more than a lot. That's like over the average annual salary.
She's Jennifer Tilly from Liar Liar.
Liar Liar.
I'm the victim.
Because she's steadily trying to push that, and she's like, they was like she was crying, and like she was like she had like the crocodile tears.
I said, I'm the victim, and she had Fletcher sitting there next to her.
So she's trying to really hammer it home, like thinking that she needs more than this, and it's like, don't know private school costs $63,000 a year. Like, I mean $63,000 a month. Like a year of private school might cost like $40,000 a year.
I'm about to say they probably don't cost $63 a year.
It costs like maybe 40, 45.
Like I said, that's like the higher than the average, the median salary.
The median salary.
Median salary is around $50,000
a month. Yeah, 50, maybe 55. Yeah. You getting $63K a month, lady. You need to sit down. And like that's what most of the comments I like about her. They're like, you're just being greedy, chick. Like, stop being greedy. Like, you signed a prenup. It's right there because like now she's trying to challenge the prenup. And the thing about when people try, I always do this. When people try to challenge a prenup, it's like,
yeah.
It's like
who was I talking about that's challenging there? I think was it Britney Spears? I think her husband, I think he was trying to challenge their prenup, whatever, yeah, because they had one and shit, yeah. And they only been married like a year and shit. I think
you see my face I make.
Another guy that's trying to get paid and shit. So I forgot
whenever
about him.
people do that, it just makes me just look at you like, did you even ever want to get married? Like, because I mean, I get it. People who have a lot of money, if I had a lot of money, I wouldn't get married without a prenup. If I had a lot of money,
Thanks.
That's just smart. It's nothing wrong with that. If you worth $100 million, $200 million, yes,
yeah,
protect your assets. Put in line, and then have your stipulations. Okay, if we're married this amount of time, and if we have this many children, then you get this. If we do this, we get this. Have your stuff in place.
Who was that Catherine Zeta-Jones and
Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas
they had one of the
weirdest
ironclad prenups of all. Here's about that you can't have holes and shit. Yeah, she gets so many million for each indiscretion.
For each indiscretion, I think she got like 5 to 7 million for each because like she met him when she knew that he was out in these streets. Like he cheated on his first wife. He cheated on. He was a cheater, so it's like to protect her asset. She's like, okay.
Yeah, and on his side, it was about if she gained for each 5 pounds she gained, he didn't have to give her whatever money. It's like
she got penalized.
So she had to keep herself. She had to stay fine, basically. It's like,
basically. It's like you can't fuck other hoes and I have to stay fine. So it's like that's basically what their prenup.
Each 5 pounds you gain, it's like and
it was very weird. Like I don't agree with those aspects because it's like people's physical appearance may change over the course of your marriage.
Like is metabolism. Sometimes it's not. Yeah. Not saying that it's some fat asses that it is your fault. Don't get me wrong, but not every time weight gain it is your fault. It's not every time.
If you have health issues, yeah. Because like malfunctioning thyroid, that's why a lot of people, if their thyroid isn't functioning properly, a lot of people can gain weight from that. Or if you're on certain medication can like blow you up basically.
Like that happens a lot of times with with victims of paralysis. Like they on all kinds of medications. So a lot of times they blowing up real big. It's like like most like people that suffer from like paraplegics or quadriplegics. They blow up because of all of the medication. Like a lot of it causes weight gain. And and with you being like in a wheelchair, you're sedentary too. You can't do any exercises.
Right.
So it's like so that causes weight gain. A lot of times you see that.
But it's like that's why I don't agree with that part of it. But like definitely to like other stuff, protect your assets. Like protect yourself. Like don't just be out there and love again. Like love should be the driving force. Love should be the foundation of why you get married.
Like Fokker said in Heartbreak, is love. Yeah. love. Yeah.
Love should be your foundation of why you marry. That should be your foundation. And then you should build on top of that foundation. It should definitely be the foundation to your relationship, love. But we know a lot of people don't marry for love.
Yeah.
We know a lot of people don't marry where they're supposed to get married. So
we mentioned 50 Cent. I reported this on Rockford's Power 106, which I'm on out there with the Breakfast Club and After Breakfast here. So and the way I reported it, I got through set up. It's like 50 Cent could face criminal charges being through a microphone at a Power 106 radio personality. And it wasn't me. I was like, so I set it up like it was one of us, but like, no, it's Power 106 LA. Yeah. It's not Rockford's Power 106. Her name is Brianna. She got hit in the face with a mic. What's up with these people throwing mics like Cardi B and now
anger issues.
Yeah. Said he was he said that according to TMZ is saying that he was trying to throw the mic to the production area, but he missed or something. But her story is saying that he looked at her and threw it like he did it on purpose. So yeah. So I was like, even if the criminal charges get dropped on this, you know it's gonna be a civil case, yeah, because people trying to get that money, especially from
they're trying to get that money because 50 got law on paper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know where it is. Like 20, not being funny, I blame 2020. 2020 hit a lot of us hard. Yeah. It did. I'm not being
Shout
funny.
out to everybody that did the PPP scams. Well, still on and shit.
Quake, and now y'all getting locked up.
Run because Joe Biden said, "Yeah, we're gonna get you." It's like we ain't giving up on that shit. So yeah, so
if you didn't have a
got a PPP scam, is like just constantly looking over your shoulder because you could be getting a knock at the door at any time.
Because a lot of people had businesses that were created,
fake LRCs and shit. Is like.
I have an LLC marketing company. Okay, really, what do you do? We market. What do you market? Can't explain what you do.
D's nuts marketing and shit.
Petty.
Oh, D's marketing, D's nuts LLC.
But I mean, if it is, well, here's the thing about stuff like that. So unless it's video proof, so like if it's video proof where like he looked and he intentionally looked, like I wonder if somebody was like, we always
it's cameras, like because
it's cameras everywhere.
The concert, everybody got their phone out.
Everybody got their phone out,
and it's like I'm sure it's
and then it's just other cameras,
surveillance cameras all over.
It might be some drones, maybe.
Yeah, drones. Like it could have been like they could have been filming the concert. They film concerts a lot of time for video release, so like it could have been that. Like so. I'm sure there's footage out there of like 50 throwing that microphone. Yeah, we're gonna see what really happened. It's like, we're gonna find out what really happened. And we talk about Cardi B and her microphone incident, and she took a page out of 50 Cent's book. You know this Cardi B Tasha K story that's been going on for a while. I don't know if you've been knowing about. Basically, I backtrack. Back in 2019, Tasha K. That's why, people think that you can say whatever you want about celebrities and it's not going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Made all kinds of like accusations about Cardi B, about having herpes, about prostitution,
claims.
All of that.
Unsubstantiated claims.
And so Cardi B hit her for defamation. It's like and won like $2.5 million plus her legal fees. She made Cardi. So she owes Cardi B $4 million basically. Say not only you gonna pay the settlement, but you're gonna pay my lawyer fees too. It's like so now she's claiming broke that she filed for bankruptcy. I only got like I got less than $100 in my Chase checking account. So Cardi B is like, it's getting the private eyes. She's okay. We're gonna comb through all of it. We're gonna comb through all of your assets to see
all your assets.
I'm sure you're hiding money somewhere.
You're hiding money.
Yes.
You probably got something in an offshore account. You probably got an offshore account too.
If you like, come on, less than $100 in your bank account. Like I'm sure people have had struggles, but come on, it's like that's cap.
And especially if you're
cap. You're hiding money somewhere. It's like,
she's an influencer, right? So she's like, so I'm sure that you're not saying that all.
Right. She's probably making 6 figures a year.
Yeah, all influencers don't make a lot of money, but she's like well established, and so I'm sure that she's probably making the 6-figure range. And depending on like pre-2020, I know a lot of stuff has changed since 2020, but like a lot of people meet so and so, it's like you get paid $30,000-$40,000 just for an appearance.
Yeah.
That's how they were paying. Like they were paying out like several $1,000s for just an appearance for you to go somewhere prior to 2020. Because I know stuff is a little different now, but it's like she probably is high in something. She probably is. But
Cardi is pulling a 50,
like
50 in Tierra Marie. Like Cardi's like, hey, where's my money? And people expect you to feel sorry for just because Cardi B got more than her, but don't go around saying dumb shit about somebody.
It's like you poked the bear.
Yeah.
Or, as we always say, you fucked around and found out.
And now you try to get sympathy. It's like, she don't need that money. It don't matter if she needs it.
It doesn't matter. It's a principal situation.
It's like you shouldn't have you can't make up shit about somebody and then expect.
Especially these unsubstantiated claims.
Yeah.
You're making unsubstantiated claims.
At least if you're gonna do that, you better words matter. Better say allegedly, or like if you have a source, of course, according to the shade room, like cite your source or something like that. Yeah, it's like like whenever we talk, like I just talked about that, I said according to TMZ with that 50 Cent story. So it's not me, it's TMZ reported that shit.
You throw the ball right back to them, according to TMZ.
So so they can't sue us. It's like TMZ. I'm reading TMZ
according to TMZ because TMZ. Harvey's a lawyer, so he knows what he can and cannot do. What he can and cannot do.
And even if it is some bullshit, it's on him. It's not on us.
Right.
Like, I'm just a messenger. Like that's go to the source and shit. Yeah, like I'm just a messenger. So even if it is some misinformation, like we cited our source,
it ain't like me.
That's who you sue and shit. Yeah.
These are not the views of me. These are not my views.
But that's why his words are and you got to put that allegedly to like all of that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly such and such.
Allegedly.
Like that way you didn't say that they definitely did this. It's like
you didn't say for a fact. I know for a fact, but people gotta be dramatic and people gotta do too much, and
especially if it's a celebrity you don't like and shit.
I know this and and it's like, okay, you're silly behind going to get gonna find yourself on the wrong side.
Yeah,
and you want to give that lady her $4 million. Which is a drop in the bucket for her. $4 million is nothing for her, but
probably get that to culture and shit.
Right. culture and wave. Get a new
y'all divide it up and shit. Yeah, she don't give it to them.
That'd be a new playhouse for them in the backyard.
Yeah. Don't give that to her kids and shit.
Why you ain't have to sell every asset you own?
But moral of that story, don't say dumb shit about people, especially with unsubstantiated dumb shit.
Unsubstantiated claims. That's the worst. Stop making unsubstantiated claims.
Because you will get sued and shit. What you got, kid?
Oh, we can stick in the foolishness with stuff. Speaking of people in these doggone rumors, it's like, why are Steve and Marjorie Harvey like? Why is that a thing? Because people
like where'd that come from? Like, where's the evidence? Is like that just came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere,
and people are posting it like it's fact.
It's facts.
Steve Harvey said it was bullshit. I don't know, and then people are claiming that she's filing for divorce. I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen anything.
It's like
neither one of them have said nothing.
Yeah.
Either source that says nothing. She hasn't said nothing. And then like usually some people, especially like I said, Steve and Marjorie, they're mature. They're of a certain age. Both of them are mature age.
Like 70 or something like that.
She's like in her 60s, but they're mature age. They're grandparents.
Yeah.
So it's like they weren't going to even address it, but then the story just caught so much steam. Like people were actually presented like it was a factual thing, and they even had to hop on their social media post to both respectively say like, hey, like it's completely false.
He had a fucking event, like she got on it said something about like don't believe everything you hear and shit. It's like he was at an event.
You see like the thing that's going around now, they're like, just because you see a picture and see something in big block letters doesn't make it true. But people think that you see the big block letters on the picture, Steve and Marjorie are going to divorce. It's like, no. Like, what are we doing? But we know what it is. A lot of people
don't like Steve Harvey at all.
Don't like Steve Harvey, and then people have had their opinions about their relationship, like just their whole relationship in general, like how their relationship started, and just
like I know people that know Steve personally because like I'm in radio, and I know people that were part of like Club Throwdown back in the day, and and that's the image that the impression that I got that Steve was an asshole. That's what a lot of them told me. Like even back then, it's like so a lot of people don't like Steve. So he was an asshole. He always I work with him at GCI. He was an asshole. I know more than one person that said that.
But he always did carry like an air about him. So he did carry. He seems like. And even some of the way that he words stuff, because he seems like the parent that if you're talking and your child is trying to educate you and tell you something, you're like, you don't know what you're talking about, your young ass. He seemed like that. Yeah. He seems like that parent to me. He seems like.
He comes off like, I don't know if this is a good comparison, but I'm going to say it anyway. But like the way he says stuff is like Bill Cosby is too. Like he kind of like talks down to motherfuckers too. So Cosby was like before all of this sex stuff came up. How Cosby talked is like basically
and then
it's kind of he kind of talked down to people like I'm here, like you're there. Like Cosby kind of talked down to them. Steve Harvey kind of has that aura about him too. How he talks down to motherfuckers. And
I just get like the whole thing about the parent thing. And as a parent, it's like, yeah, it's your job to teach your kids, but you can learn stuff from your kids.
Yeah. We're never too old to learn. I'm always
especially in this society, because it's like, here's a fun tip. Let a boomer try to set up their iPhone and then let somebody from like the younger generation. Yeah. Guarantee the boomer is going to need help from the younger generation to set up how you, because like Ariana, mom doesn't know how to use the iPad, and Ariana's like, Grandma, this is how you do it, Grandma. She was showing mom, was like, I don't know how to do that. She was like, girl, I don't know what that is. Right. Ariana's like, no, my Grandma, this is how you do it. And she was like, I don't know what that is. But
I'll try to explain to mom how we do this podcast every week in different locations. We've been in different cities before and done the podcast. I've done it on the road before. It's like, explain that to a boomer. Like, we do it.
How does it work?
If you're listening, it sounds like we're sitting in the same room, but
we're sitting next to each other. Yeah,
exactly. But we're in different locations. Explain that to a boomer.
But these rumors are stop with that, because I mean, if it is actual,
it comes out, like the truth will come out, but where's your evidence? That's my whole thing now. Like,
but stop sharing it as actual facts. And I've seen like videos on YouTube about like, Marjorie's definitely divorced. They're like these videos, and I'm like,
I love the YouTubers that make up.
And shit. Then, according to a source, what's the source? A source close to the family. Who's the source?
Source close to the family. So that's why I had a source close to the family. When Bernie Mac died, I was still told not to report it yet, because because what if it's like, and with those kind of stories, like you don't know who knows what. Like, what if his family don't even know he's dead yet, and I'm announcing it on the radio? It's like you don't want to find out that your loved one died on a radio show.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that. Yeah. That was the Buddy Holly thing, basically.
That's happened with Buddy Holly and the Richie Valens. That's what we if you saw La Bamba, they showed us here when Richie's mom finds out she's hanging clothes, like doing laundry. She's hanging clothes, and she finds out on the radio. Like 3 years, right? Richie Valens, a big bopper, and Buddy Holly all died in a plane crash. She like heard it on the radio. That's how she found out Richie died, like listening to the radio.
And Buddy's wife found out she miscarried their child. So
they all found out. So that's what started. That's called like the Buddy Holly rule. I don't know if that's what people call it, the Buddy Holly. They made it a rule where you can't report that until after you talk to the loved ones directly.
Yeah, notify the family. The family shall be notified first.
Yeah.
But stop with these rumors, though. Like Marjorie says, if it is some truth, if it is something there, then the truth always has a way of coming out, if it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've been allegedly in trouble in paradise since like 2016, allegedly.
Some couples been divorcing like forever.
See, in 2018, 2015, like whatever, it's like they keep on saying that there's trouble in paradise, and it's like
people just root against certain couples, and
they do.
Harvey's are one of those couples that people root against.
People don't like him.
Want him divorced so bad.
They don't like him. They don't like her, and then they don't like her daughter. So 3 strikes are out.
Damn it, let's go.
3 strikes are out. People don't like them. So you combine all that together, then of course I want
her and Meek Mill to start dating so bad. Then they can go out. They can double date with Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons, because he talked about Lori. Yeah,
well, Lori Harvey on my wish list.
Yeah, I got Lori Harvey on my wish list. It's like I want them to get together so bad, just like that, so they can be another Angela Simmons situation. I think it's gonna happen. Like Meek is gonna shoot a shot. I think he's gonna see them at the BET Awards.
Well, now she's with the guy from Snowfall. She's with him, so
go see him and Meek. You're gonna see her.
Yeah, he's from Snowfall. Yeah,
go see her and Meek at the BET Awards. Awards 2025. I'll give him a little time.
She's like,
wait a minute, yeah. When did that happen? It's like, if that happens, then we're gonna look back at this episode.
Be like,
yeah.
I didn't call it. Where you going?
I'm trying to find out where I'm going next.
I just realized what your shirt said. I'm reading your shirt right now.
Everybody can be me. God damn it.
And I'm wearing my Wonder Woman shirt. It's apparently a Wonder Woman.
I'm Batman. I should have wore Batman then. Well, I do got Batman right here though. So got Batman, damn it.
Batman. I gotta get one of those Batman shirts.
I'm Batman. Batman's the GOAT. So, let's talk about superheroes since we kind of just there. It's like, yeah. That's a good question. If you could be any superhero, who would you be? Well, we know my answer is
Batman. He was rich and he had
the real life super
toys.
Yeah. Oh, I say, yeah, he didn't have no superpowers. Like wealth is a superpower.
Wealth is a superpower.
Like Batman is always my pick. Is like this, and like just the Bat universe is just like Gotham City and all the plethora of like weird villains. Is like Batman is the
That's a hard one. I would definitely want to go in the Marvel universe. I definitely would go Marvel.
Okay, yeah.
It's a couple of people I like. I like their obviously, like Storm is just so badass. Like being able to control the weather, like
Typhoon.
I'm a Black woman, so it's like being able just to.
And Halle Berry was terrible as Storm, but go ahead. It's like, sorry, Halle. We shitting all over Halle on this episode, but she wasn't a good Storm, though.
No, it was awful. But I know that like if we swap out, but I mean, Into the Spider-Verse, it was a gender thing or whatever. I think Spider-Man is a cool superhero. I always like this story because
I like Spider-Man.
I like Spider-Man's story because he felt like a real person. Because it's like he was just a regular kid, and then I become a superhero, and I'm using my superpowers for good.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do like that aspect about being a helper, not just being like whatchamacallit was kind of a jerk. But I mean, I like him too. Iron Man was kind of a jerk. Or is that just how Robert Downey Jr. played it as?
I think, was Iron Man a jerk in the comics? I don't know.
He's kind of a jerk, Iron Man.
Definitely was a jerk in the MCU, yeah. So I don't know if he was a jerk in the comics. But
like he's like, yes. Like worship me. He's like kind of like that. But I like the superheroes that do want to legitimately like help, and I do like that aspect of the not just like I got superpowers and I'm not doing shit with, like I'm just helping myself.
Uncle Ben Parker said, "Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility." Yes, there you go.
That's what I like.
And then you get to hang out with Bonesaw. That's the best. Bonesaw is ready.
Now I'm gonna probably watch that.
Bonesaw. I just watched the Bonesaw scene.
Bonesaw.
Which somebody told you that Macho Man Randy Savage and Octavia Spencer are in the same scene of a Marvel movie. Sounds like bullshit. It's like that actually happened.
Octavia Spencer showing if you just keep on doing you. Don't look at me, but look at them. You did them. Run your race. Run your race. Stop looking at the competition. Yeah. Run your race. And she's an Oscar winner now, so it's like she ran her race, Oscar winner,
and she made the lady eat her shit. Eat my shit. Always be known for that. For me to eat my shit. It's like when I think of Octavia Spencer, I always think of the eat my shit.
The shit pie.
Shit.
Hey, you had 2 pieces, Mom. When she like,
you had 2 pieces.
The Help, I like The Help. The Help was good. I like.
Only saw it once, like Babe. I mean, because that's a movie I never intended to see. But Babe is one of her favorite movies. It's like, so I watched it with me and the lady watched it. Yes. And I was waiting for that scene because that's the one scene. So okay, I don't know anything about this movie. I know like the eat my shit scene. So I said, "This is it. Okay, here it comes." It's like I was anticipating it. Yeah.
Mom likes Viola Davis and Octavia Spencer. Mom likes both of them, so that Mom was in heaven watching that.
The Woman King, Viola.
Mom was in heaven watching.
I think a few years ago she might have aged out. I think Viola Davis would have made a hell of a Storm.
Yeah. I said maybe
10 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
Because like she wasn't as known because like Viola Davis been acting forever, but she wasn't a known actress when they originally did the X-Men movie.
MCU was we're not even counting the original X-Men. Let's say if they do like a reboot, like let's say when if the X-Men were incorporated into the MCU, like during like when the MCU was really
like 2000
years ago, like when it was really. I think
like
that would have been a good time to cast like Viola Davis during that time.
Yeah, because I thought that she looked like Storm, like she has like she's statuesque, like she has like the same build. And
Woman King was kind of stormish too, like the character. Yeah, she was badass like that. So
hers like she was whoa.
Yeah, so I could see her playing Storm.
Watching that, I was like, I gotta work out. Watching her like her bio, I gotta work out. She was in breath. I'm like, okay, yeah.
I guess we can just shoot the shit now because I didn't put my notes down. We talk about shit like Viola Davis and who should have really played Storm back in the X-Men movie. Let's recast some like bad castings. Like I said, Halle Berry is Storm.
Yeah, that definitely should. Even whatchamacallit would have been better than Halle Berry. Even Angela Bassett would have been a better choice.
Possibly, yeah.
Because Angela Bassett was a name. She was known then.
She was like Oscar nominated by then. Yeah,
and then she had the body. She was ripped. She had that Storm body. Yeah. She wasn't tall. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Storm was like
my original choice back in the 80s, like in early 90s, was Grace Jones.
Grace Jones, yes.
That's the perfect Storm. Like, yeah,
because even at one point Storm had a mohawk.
Yeah.
Storm, she had a mohawk.
I think during that time. When Grace had her mohawk, Storm had one. I think they had mohawks at the same time. Yes, I think it was during that time. So I said Grace Jones.
Grace Jones would have been because like her bone structure, she had like her bone structure, her height because she was tall and just.
I had Arnold as Colossus during that time. Me and Kareem, Kareem is the comic there. We had pretty much cast all of the X-Men. I remember Arnold was Colossus, Storm was Grace Jones. I'm trying to remember who played some of the other. You could probably ask him. He probably have the whole lineup and shit.
I saw a post on that in my 90s group on Facebook when they had they did that where they was saying if the MCU was done in the 90s. And some of them was spot on. They had one that I did like they had John Stamos as the Winter Soldier. I was like, yeah, I could have seen him being the Winter Soldier, John Stamos, because like the head, like he looked like Bucky. Okay. And then but they were like casting the different ones, and I think they cast Tom Cruise as Iron Man, I think they cast
I could see that, yeah. Even though Tom is like he's a little guy, but he'd be believable. Yeah. Like he got the acting chops,
the arrogance and kind of
and put him in a suit. Like it's like Michael Keaton wasn't that big, but he was believable. Yeah. Batman is like
That's why Adam West said I didn't need molded metal, molded plastic, pure West, pure West. Like he said that because I mean all that was the suit with the abs and stuff. That was a suit.
Yeah, Michael Keaton was the first Batman to wear the fake muscles. Now they all do it. It's like before that, like Batman was like Adam West. It was like kind of flabby and all of that shit. It's like all of the back because they had a couple.
That's the dad bod. That's not flabby.
Bod,
that's the dad bod. That's the dad bod.
Batman was my shit like growing up. So I will never let anybody shit on Batman. It's like tells my shit. Yeah. But yeah, Keaton was the first one where they did that, the rubber suit. Yeah.
I forgot who they had cast as Ant-Man, but then I was like, my contribution to this comment section was these are all pretty good castings. I was like, however, I was like, Paul Rudd could still play Ant-Man because Paul Rudd hasn't aged since the 90s, which he looked the same. Like, look at Clueless, Josh, and look at him now. Like he aged maybe 5 years. Like Paul Rudd still looks exactly the same. So like Paul Rudd could have been Ant-Man in the 90s as he is now. So that was my contribution to that.
There you go.
For Paul Rudd. But some of them were spot on. I was like, I wish I could remember it now, but they had like Scarlett, they had everybody. Like they really broke it down like with all the different castings. Who would they have? I think they had who did they have as? I forgot who they had. Was it Jamie Foxx as T'Challa? I think they may have had Jamie Foxx as Black Panther.
That's interesting, yeah.
I think, or something like that.
Fox is Black Panther.
No, they had Jamie Foxx as Falcon.
Okay, Falcon. I like that too.
They had him as Falcon, I think. Yeah.
I like him as Falcon.
I think they had Denzel as Black Panther, I want to say, I think.
Charlotte. Denzel definitely got the acting chops, yeah.
But he would sound like the Denzel voice, you know.
Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever, yeah. And then you done lost your motherfucking mind. Like when he's like fighting like Killmonger. You done lost your motherfucking mind. Challenge for the throne? I'm the king up in this bitch. Killmonger ain't got shit on me. Oh my bad. Too much.
Oh my god. It's a yell sketch now. Oh my gosh. But yeah, though. It is fun though doing that sometimes, like revisiting, you know, like everything doesn't have to always be so, you know.
Especially with some castings that weren't really perfect. You'd be like, I think like for a good example, I still like Batman Forever. I still wish we could have kept Billy D as Two-Face in that.
Yeah.
Because Billy D played Harvey Dent in the first Batman, the '89 Batman, yeah. But by then they had changed directors, like Burton had left, and they got Joel Schumacher, and he took the into a different direction. He made it more camp. It's like he took the movie was Burton's was more dark. It's like he took it in a different direction.
Tim Burton definitely his directing style is like kind of goth, kind of eerie. Like you look at all his stuff, like even like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, as fun as that movie was, it had like its little Tim Burton moments, like
Beetlejuice,
regular like this.
March, best scene in the movie.
That scared the shit out of me as a kid, but
that shit was hilarious to me as a kid.
I was like 5, so it scared the shit out of me when I saw it
10 years ago.
So of course I was scared of that at 5 years old.
It was amazing. But that's one of the missed opportunities. I would like to have seen Billy D. His take on.
I think that whatchamacallit wasn't a bad casting, but I think that he just did too much. Like Jim Carrey, I thought could have been a great Riddler.
Too much Jim Carrey. He was I think if that movie had come out in another like maybe 5 years later, like by then Jim Carrey his acting chops had gotten better. It was like when Batman came out, he was still very much like
he was the mask.
Yeah, the mask, and Ace Ventura. And Fire Marshal Bill. He was like still in that phase.
He was real. But when he first really started going a different route, like Cable Guy. Like when he became
Cable Guy and Truman Show, I say too.
And Truman Show, because
by then he started showing his acting chops.
He was really dark in Cable Guy, he was super dark, like he was.
And then Truman just seemed like a regular guy, trying to figure it out. So I say if Batman had come out 5 years later with him as Riddler, he would have played the character much different. He would have approached the character differently. I think
he was just too silly. Like he just felt like Jim Carrey. It felt like The Mask. I was watching it. And then Tommy Lee Jones, I don't know what his interpretation was. I don't know what that was. That was.
He felt like Cesar Romero's Joker. It's like that's what he like. I thought it was Two-Face. He feels like the Joker, and not the Jack's Joker. Hey, the Joker from the '60s. He felt like that Joker.
Oh, delicious.
He felt goofy as hell like that Joker to me. Watch that movie.
He got that damn coin.
Felt like Batman. He felt like Joker from the '60s Batman.
It was real campy. Well, what you call was the worst? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger should not have been Mr. Freeze. That was like
worst. People are like that's universally chosen as the worst Batman movie of all time.
It was awful. It was just awful. Robin. George Clooney should have not been Batman.
Yeah, Clooney.
Why the hell was George Clooney Batman?
Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze was weak. Is like
which McCart, I don't get like Poison Ivy. She was just kind of there.
They didn't do much with Poison Ivy. Like Bane was in the movie. He was like he barely did anything. It's like y'all had like good villains. You just didn't do nothing with it. It's like and that's the one Batman movie where Batman doesn't get top billing. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger got says I have to get top billing. I am Arnold Schwarzenegger. So he's listed ahead of George Clooney. There's Batman and Robin starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney. It's like so. You have a Batman movie with Batman didn't get top billing.
Convincing was Chris O'Donnell as Robin. Like I guess
he came back as Robin.
I guess he was the best one,
kept
but
some
the rest,
consistency at least, like from the
the rest of them were kind of like George Clooney stunk as Batman.
I don't know why they didn't. I guess they didn't.
Mr. Freeze stunk.
It wasn't feeling Val Kilmer. It's why they dropped him.
No, they didn't like Val Kilmer.
It's like didn't bring him back for the.
But to his I don't think that he was a terrible Batman. But I think that no matter who they put in there,
compared to Keaton, people weren't going to like him. Yeah,
they weren't going to be accepted.
Yeah,
they just weren't. So you put him in there. He got an unfair, unfair rap. I don't think he was terrible. I don't think he was the worst.
Didn't we see that in the show? I want to say, yeah, we.
I saw Batman. We saw Batman Forever. I think in the show. I think we saw
the one with Val Kilmer. Yeah.
We saw that one. I went with my friend and we saw it with her sister. We saw Batman and Robin.
I didn't see that until after the fact, and that's
we saw that at River Oaks, and we were like the whole time we were like, this movie is bad. Like we were like, this is bad.
Yes.
But he should not have been no Mr. Freeze, because it's like Mr. Freeze was like an old guy who was like a science.
Just like he didn't really look like, he wasn't buff like Arnold and shit.
You got this. Like I don't get that.
Yeah.
But we know the worst Joker was Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, Jared Leto, he never happened. Yeah.
Well, I don't know why a lot of people in these groups, like some people ride for him. They're like, I like Jared Leto. And like, he was awful as the Joker. Like, when we watched the same movie, he was awful.
Only thing good to come out of that was Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn, she was good as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, his take on Joker was awful. Come on.
Because I don't get what that was. I don't get what that was.
Yeah. No, Harley Quinn originally started on the Batman the animated series. Available on Max. Look back at that show. Great show.
It was. I would race home to watch it after school because it came on Fox at 4 o'clock.
Kids, part of Fox.
At 4 o'clock it came on. But that was kind of like a even though it was a kid show, it kind of was like it was like kind of it was a better interpretation. It was a better representation of Batman than the 60s show. Actually, it was a better representation. Like, it was more true to the comics. What's what I mean by that? The 60s show was fine for what it was, but if we talking about the source material, the animated series was closer to the source. Closer
material, than the 60s Batman is like So but great show.
I liked it. I've
been watching it now. Like, been trying to binge watch it on Max.
I'm gonna start watching it. I'm gonna start
watch it with your kids. Like Khalil, he'll probably love it. He's a Batman.
Oh yeah, Khalil loves Batman.
He'll be into it, I'm sure.
Maybe we watch
he's into this guy right here.
Yeah, I have a Batman monster truck that he had. Like he had a Batman monster truck.
I remember it. He broke the wheel off, and I said, "So the Batmobile lost his wheel, and the Joker got away." Basically, have my little Joker.
Rim shot. Yeah, I was mad when he broke that wheel. I was like, I
was mad being a Batman.
If it's broken, because I'm like, broken toys, they're broken, they're no good. We gotta get rid of the broken toys. But it can still drive. It's like it's not gonna drive. Like
I'd have
need kept 4 wheels to drive, baby.
That's Batman. I'd have kept that. It's just been broken.
I tried to fix it, but I mean, I was trying to salvage it, but it couldn't be salvaged. So.
But that's just us shooting the shit as we wrap up. We wind down summer, unofficially.
On Batman.
Of course. Well, who better? Yeah. Definitely appreciate your support and Not Another Damn Poundcast, episode 327. You want to support us further, give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. Talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What's good, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. You can also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. Definitely keep your people out there on the southeast coast. Yeah, they got hit by Hurricane Idalia, so keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Babes headed back in the aftermath, so definitely keeping her in my thoughts and prayers too.
And you can check me out at MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.